I am going to show you how to make applique work. Applique work is basically to keep another piece of cloth on top of the material whatever we are going to use. Keep a piece of cloth whatever shape, fix it on that and stitch it to the required shape. See, now I have taken a piece of cloth, I am just going to applique it. Applique it in the edge. You can either make, first you take a contrast color thread and just do tacking, just do the tacking, tack it along the material. Why we are taking the contrast color? Only then after finishing the applique it will be easy for you to remove it off. So, first tack it or just do running stitch along the edge of the material, edge of the piece which we are going to applique, and then start doing the edging stitch. Edging stitch either you can do blanket stitch or overcast stitch. Now, I will show you how to do blanket stitch. Thread goes down, take a stitch on the edge, thread goes down, take a stitch on the outer edge, thread goes down. This is called blanket stitch because this stitch was used in the edge of a woolen blanket to make it, not to make it so that the edges of the blanket, woolen blanket will not fray. Blanket stitch is an edging stitch. This is otherwise called buttonhole stitch. Blanket stitch is otherwise called buttonhole stitch because it is used to stitch the edges of a buttonhole without fraying. You can use the same color stitch if you want the stitch to be invisible. Otherwise, if you want the stitch to be brightly visible, then you take a contrast color. This is blanket stitch along the edge of the applique piece. Now, I will show you how to use overcast stitch. Overcast stitch is just take straight stitches along the edge. Just take straight stitches. This is even more simpler, and when you use the same color thread, it does not even show that there is a stitch on the edge of the material. Now the thread doesn't even show when you do overcast stitch. The edge, the thread which you have used doesn't even show. It looks like a very neat applique. This is just a piece of cloth. I just showed you how to applique the piece. Now I will show you a floral motif, how to applique a floral motif. First copy the pattern which we are going to do the applique. Next we need to take templates of the same pattern. We are just going to take the templates of the same pattern. Then cut the material cloth. You can take cotton material or satin material or silk material of your choice. It can be either printed or plain. Cut the material according to your choice. Cut the fabric pieces of the same shape. Now I will show you how to applique the leaves. First let the leaves be in the background. You can see the flower. Now I am going to show you how to applique a floral motif. First copy the pattern in the material or dress or wherever you want to copy the material. Then take templates of the same pattern. You can take the templates, then place these templates on the fabric. You can use cotton material or satin or silk, any material. Cut the pieces. It can be printed or plain. Now I will show you how to fix the leaves in the pattern. As you can see, the leaves are in the background and the flower motif is on top of the leaves. So first you have to finish the leaf patterns. First applique the leaves and then fix the flower applique. So first I am going to show you. Just place the leaf motif, leaf piece of cloth and start doing the edging. As I already showed you how to do the edging. First you have to do an overcast stitch or blanket stitch, any stitch of your choice. Now I am showing you blanket stitch along the edge. Now the leaves have been applied, the leaf portion has been done. After finishing the background leaf portion, now we are going to do the flower motif. Just place the flower motif on top of the leaves. And start doing the outline stitch. Again, as I told you, you can either do overcast stitch or blanket stitch. Now you can see the leaf in the background and the flower petal is being applied on top of the leaf. See, the background leaf has been fixed and the flower petal is coming on top of that. Applique has been completed. Here I have done the applique on top of a net material. It can be on top of any material. Now you can give slight details in the center just to keep the appliqued piece in place. Otherwise it might start coming up like bulging on top. So just to keep it in place, we give for the leaves we give veins or some minute details in the center just to keep the appliqued piece in place. Here you can see I have done blanket stitch along the edges and overcast stitch in the center. Now you can see the applique done in two contrast colors, a printed material and a plain material. Here I have used hemming stitches on the edges. You can give some details like to keep it in place, otherwise it will get bulged here. So I have given some details. The little details can be done with embroidery. A printed material and a plain contrast will look appealing on a applique work. This applique work has been done on the table mat. You can see blanket stitch being done here. The same color, here a little darker shade,